Florida's condo market is rapidly collapsing, catching homeowners and retirees completely off guard. These are the best Florida cities where condo prices are crashing with the impact, and fixed incomes are getting hit the hardest. In Sarasota, Gulf Coast condo prices have fallen more than 30% from 2022 highs, with $600,000 units now listing near $420,000. Inventory has surged over 65% year over year, leaving more than 1,500 units unsold on the market. HOA fees and special assessments are crushing owners. Monthly dues now range from $1,200 to $1,500, and some buildings demand one-time assessments exceeding $30,000 for repairs or roof replacements. Insurance premiums have tripled in some cases, jumping from $3,000 to over $9,000 annually. Some retirees are now listing units below purchase price or switching to long-term rentals to offset rising monthly obligations. Even investors are pulling back. Rental yields that once reached 7% now hover under 3%, and pre-construction buyers are walking away from deposits. Nearby markets are facing a similar truth. Bradenton, just north of Sarasota, is now facing its own condo crisis. Here, prices tumbled roughly 30% in the past 2 years, dropping some units from nearly $400,000 to under $280,000. At the same time, inventory has gone up 70%, with more than 1,500 listings on the market. Homeowner association fees now range from $500 to $900 a month, while insurance premiums have jumped from $2,800 to over $7,000 annually. Owners who plan to downsize are now facing resale prices below outstanding mortgage balances. Investors are losing interest, with short-term rental yields falling as occupancy dips below 55%. The once-thriving pipeline of buyers from colder states has slowed dramatically. Units are sitting vacant for months. Local agents report sellers undercutting each other weekly as new listings keep entering the market. They're spreading, and the cost of living crisis is hitting residents harder than ever before. With higher insurance costs and luxury price points, the slowdown looks even sharper. Fort Lauderdale's high-end condo market is also showing serious cracks. Insurance premiums exceeding $10,000 annually for waterfront units, combined with higher mortgage rates, have pushed monthly carrying costs to levels many buyers can't sustain. Sales have slowed, with some luxury towers sitting on the market for months without any movement. Developers are feeling the pinch and are offering steep pre-construction discounts to move inventory that previously sold way before completion. Short-term rental markets are cooling too, with occupancy rates dropping and nightly rates falling, leaving investors struggling to cover expenses. Even properties that were once considered recession-proof are seeing downward pressure. For those relying on fixed incomes or pensions, these rising costs can quickly turn a dream home into a financial strain. Several downtown towers now rely on price reduction and seller-paid closing costs to attract qualified buyers, even in large established urban markets. In Naples, rising monthly ownership costs are forcing sellers to accept losses they didn't plan for. Luxury units along the Gulf have lost 25 to 30% in recent months, while HOA fees and insurance premiums rose considerably, often exceeding $1,500 monthly before even considering mortgage payments. Owners here are feeling the impact immediately, with carrying costs outpacing expected budgets. Many residents are holding properties that they can't sell without taking a loss, and investor interest is cooling, leaving new developments half-filled. Even gated communities that once symbolized financial security are struggling to attract buyers. Some buildings now require higher cash reserves and restrict financing on older units, further shrinking the buyer pool. Some buildings now require 30 to 40% down payments on resale units, eliminating large portions of the buyer pool overnight. And the pressure becomes even clearer as international demand takes a step back. Luxury condos along Collins Avenue and in South Beach are dropping 25 to 35% from their 2022 highs. Units that previously sold for $1.2 to $1.5 million 2 years ago now struggle to reach over $900,000 today. The shift is driven by a withdrawal of international buyers, rising HOA fees that can exceed $1,200 per month, and skyrocketing insurance premiums. Some are as high as $10,000 annually for waterfront properties. Pre-construction buyers are walking away from deposits, and resale listings are lingering on the market for months. Even smaller two-bedroom condos are seeing discounts of $100,000 to $150,000. With foreign buyers retreating and monthly ownership costs topping $6,000 in some buildings in Miami, it's the sellers that are competing against each other instead of buyers. As new construction meets higher insurance premiums, affordability disappears quickly. In Fort Myers, affordability has eroded as new supply hits the market during falling demand. Condo values fell by 20 to 30%. Some units lost $60,000 to even $100,000 in under 2 years. Oversupply from new construction and a surge in inventory have created intense competition. Insurance premiums for Gulf-facing properties have doubled in some communities and are now averaging $6,000 to $8,000 annually. Monthly HOA dues are on the rise, leaving retirees paying more than $1,000 in combined upkeep and insurance for a modest 2-bedroom condo. Even inland, lower-risk units are seeing price corrections as buyers reconsider the total cost of ownership. Local realtors report listings staying on the market twice as long as in 2022, even after multiple price reductions. Meanwhile, investors are backing out, leaving retirees and first-time buyers scrambling for value. There's another coastal city where luxury isn't protecting homeowners from the crash. Jacksonville's condo market has slowed noticeably as resale activity drops and inventory builds. Units along the South Bank and Jacksonville Beach have dropped as much as 15 to 25%. 2-bedroom condos lost $40,000 to $70,000 in value. Reportedly, HOA fees are now averaging $450 to $700 per month, combined with insurance premiums climbing 50% in certain coastal buildings. Resale listings are staying on the market 40 to 50% longer than 2 years ago, and open houses report far fewer serious buyers. Even areas that were previously considered stable, like Mandarin and Riverside, are seeing slower transactions. Retirees are beginning to explore inland alternatives in surrounding counties, seeking lower total carrying costs while maintaining access to healthcare, shopping, and city amenities. Buyers are increasingly shifting searches inland, where monthly ownership costs are hundreds less for large city condo investors and retirees alike. Just a short drive west, more pressure is hitting one of Florida's most popular cities. St. Petersburg's condos are feeling the weight of a crashing market, with many properties losing 30% or more in under 2 years. Luxury waterfront condos along Beach Drive in the Vinoy district that sold for $700,000 and $900,000 in 2022 are now listed for $500,000 to $630,000. Insurance premiums for high-risk properties have surged 60 to 80%, and monthly HOA and maintenance fees often exceed $1,000, creating a combined carrying cost that deters buyers. Inventory is backlogged, with some units remaining unsold for 6 months or longer, even in desirable downtown areas. Retirees and investors alike are pausing purchases, reevaluating whether the convenience of coastal living is worth the escalating cost. Local agents note an unusual rise in listings from out-of-state owners exiting the market. And when those costs spread, nearby markets don't get spared. Ever since Palm Beach's elite condo market got hit with a sharp correction, high-rise units along Ocean Boulevard and Worth Avenue are seeing 25 to 35% drops from 2022 peaks. Luxury units that once listed at $1.2 to $2 million are now sitting closer to $850,000 to $1.5 million. Demand from international buyers has slowed dramatically. High-profile developers are delaying or discounting pre-construction sales to move inventory, while HOA and insurance costs continue to climb. Even seasoned investors are pausing as carrying costs for high-floor condos with ocean views can exceed $5,000 per month. Retirees on fixed incomes are particularly affected, as total monthly obligations often surpass expected budgets. Local brokers report that showings are slower, and some units have remained unsold for nearly a year. Some Ocean Boulevard listings have remained unsold for nearly a year despite multiple price reductions. Even entry-level beach condos are now facing insurance and HOA spikes. So the question becomes, where should retirees turn to protect their savings while living in Florida? Make sure you share your thoughts in the comments down below.